Good morning, students. Today we are discussing a new topic in our subject types of cooperatives and cooperative credit. Cooperative credit societies in India started based on the Cooperative Credit Societies Act 1994. But its drawback caused to start another Cooperative Societies Act, that is 1912 Cooperative Societies Act. Based on this act, different types of cooperative societies are formed at different levels. Apex societies at state level, federal societies are federated at a district level, and primary societies are formed at a village level or at a grassroots level. On the basis of the objectives, on the basis of the area of operation, on the basis of functions performed by the societies and their structure, societies can be classified into various types. That's discussed in later. First of all, cooperative credit structure in India. Already give its notes. Please check the notes and understand the structure of cooperative credit societies. Cooperative credit societies in India basically classified into two categories: agricultural credit societies and non agricultural credit societies. Agricultural credit institutions or agricultural credit societies also classified into three categories: short term, medium term, and long term. The short term and medium terms societies, each credit structure are three-tier structure. At the top level, Apex Society, Kerala State Cooperative Bank, KSCB, Kerala State Cooperative Bank. It is the Apex Society. Then it's below Central Society or mid-level society, that is District Cooperative Bank in each district. The DCB is the mid-level or Central Society. Here, Central Society is not the Apex Society, it is the mid-level society. And grassroots level, primary society, PACS, PACS, primary agricultural credit societies. These are the three-tier structure: basic level, primary society, PACS, central level, DCBs, and apex level KSCB. Then long-term credit structure. Long-term loans and add-ons are provided by the societies based in two-tier structure. Is apex level, top level, KSCARDB. KSCARDB. And is bottom or primary level, that is two-tier structure, is bottom PCARDB. PCARDB. The second main classification of cooperative credit structure are non-agricultural credit institutions. That involves a number of cooperative institutions, cooperative urban bank, employee credit society, cooperative housing society, etc. These are the main cooperative credit structure in India. So now we discussed the main classification into two: agricultural credit societies, non-agricultural credit societies. The first one, agricultural credit societies. In agricultural credit society, there are two structures. One for short-term and medium-term loans and add-ons provided, and other one long-term credit. The structure already we discussed. The short-term and medium-term agricultural credit societies are in three-tier structure. PACs at a base level, central or middle level DCB, and SCB at a state level. While the long-term credit societies are mainly classified into two-tier system. At the apex level, KSCARDB and PCARDB at the primary level. So, the short-term and medium-term loans and add-ons provided in three-tier structure: PACs, DCB, and SCB. The primary agricultural credit societies are known as PACs. Thus, the origin dates back in 1904. The first Indian Cooperative Societies Act was passed in that year. These PAC societies provide cheap credit to agricultural activities. The society saved the agriculturists from the exploitation of money lenders. PACs are the foundation stone in the credit structure that provide credit facilities at the cheapest level to the interest of its members, and also provide the assistance by supplying agricultural implements, essential domestic requirements, wheat, kerosene, etc. and also provide the arrangement for storage of agricultural produce, its marketing and processing facilities. The second one are the DCBs, District Cooperative Banks. It is the middle level institution or central institution. Most of the primary societies are federated into the district level institution. The main object of these societies provide finance to its members. DCB mainly provide loans and advances to the PACs, that's primary agricultural credit societies, and also act as a balancing and controlling center of the PACs. All PACs are controlled by the DCB. They are the connecting link between the base root level PACs and the apex level SCB. And finally, the state cooperative bank in three-tier structure, that is the apex level institution that is operated at a state level, which supply short-term and also medium-term loans to the eligible members. All DCBs are the members in the state cooperative bank. It receives finance and refinance facility. That means state cooperative bank receive finance and refinance facilities from NABARD and also IDBI, RBI, NHB, etc. Then the long-term finance provide to the agricultural activities by KSCARDB, mean Kerala State Cooperative Agricultural and Rural Development Bank, KSCARDB. It is the apex institution for providing long-term loans to the PCARDB in the state. The main object of this bank is provide long-term fund by floating debentures so as to finance PCARDB. These PCARDBs are affiliated to KSCARDB. Most important source of finance is floating of debentures or listing of debentures. Another source of funds are borrowing from state government, NABARD, RBI, SBI, IDBI, NHB, etc. The area of operation of this institution is at a world state. Second one is the PCARDB, that is functioned in the primary level, especially in village level, not village level, especially the taluk level. The loans are granted for making permanent improvement. One of the important feature of this institution is that is provide loans and add-ons to the agriculturist for permanent improvement of land. Loans are issued for longer period. Second main classification in the credit societies are non-agricultural credit societies. These societies are formed to meet the requirements of non-agricultural activities such as small scale industries, cottage industries, traders, laborers, etc. These are provide loans either for business or for consumption purpose or for construction of houses. This type of institution, these type of institutions involves cooperative bank, urban bank, employees credit societies, housing societies, labor societies, etc. The most important societies are now discussing. First one, cooperative urban bank. Cooperative urban banks mainly organized in urban or semi-urban areas. The member of urban banks are mostly small traders, artisans, small scale industries, and salary income group persons. These urban bank provide short-term and medium-term loans, especially for non-agricultural purpose. That's also cooperative urban bank also provide various types of banking facilities, just like a commercial bank provided to its customers. Second important non-agricultural credit society is employees credit societies. This type of societies are organized by salaried employees and fixed wage group, especially government department, semi-government department, institutions, private undertaking, etc. Different societies are formed by different groups. One of the example is Railway Workers Cooperative Society, Post and Telegraph Employees Society, Bank Employees Society, LIC Employees Societies, etc. are the example of this employees credit societies. The ultimate aim, one of the most important objective of this type of societies are provide thrift and saving habits among the employees. Most important objectives of this society, once again, thrift and saving habits provided among the employees. This society provide credit facilities to these employees or its members. Loans are advanced to its members and that is deducted. Loan amount is deducted from their salaries in different installments. To issue, for the purpose of issuing the loans, the society need salary certificate of the employees. Another one is cooperative housing society. We know that its object is mainly to provide loans for constructing houses. The area of operation of this society is generally one taluk or a block, mean block panchayat. For sanctioning loan, these societies are borrowed from Kerala State Cooperative Housing Federation, HUDCO, LIC, NHB, etc. Another classification of societies in India are non-credit societies. Main classification, credit societies and also non-credit societies. So, credit societies are already discussed. Then non-credit societies. It is provide service other than credit. Does not provide credit. That's provide service to its members such as farming, irrigation, marketing, processing, supply of goods, etc. The existence of non-credit societies is necessary for the development of agricultural in particularly rural areas. That's particularly for the development of rural as a whole. The classification of non-credit societies are mainly classified producer society, consumer society, and the miscellaneous societies. In this producer society, that is mainly classified agricultural non-credit societies, non-agricultural non-credit societies. That is agricultural producers society, non-agricultural producers society. Agricultural producers society involves marketing, processing, marketing and processing allied society. That involves a number of societies: fish cooperative society, dairy cooperative society, poultry cooperative society, etc. Non-agricultural producer society involves handloom society, kayar cooperatives, BD cooperatives, handicrafts cooperatives, cashew nut cooperatives, industrial workers cooperatives, etc. Another classification, consumer society. Second classification, broad classification, consumer society. That involves primary consumer societies, employee stores, student stores, etc. Then third classification, all other types of cooperative societies are came under this classification. Miscellaneous society. That involves mainly motor transport cooperative society, labor contract cooperative society, hospital cooperative society, dispensaries cooperative society, educational cooperative societies, etc. Then agricultural non-credit societies. It includes agricultural marketing society, agricultural processing societies. Both these are non-credit societies. They are not provide any credit facilities to its members, but other services are provided to its members. Its first one, cooperative marketing society. We know that that's provide the assistance of marketing its members agricultural produces, especially that is formed by the cultivators or farmers for the purpose of helping members to market their produce, agricultural produce, more profitably by avoiding the middleman, and also private traders. It perform one or more marketing activities to its members. Marketing societies are plays an important role in the economy of the country. Society ensure increased income to agriculturists and also save the farmers from the exploitation of middlemen, and also avoid the malpractices of traders such as hoarding, black marketing, etc. This type of marketing societies also provide the outright purchase system, commission agency, pledge, and distribution of agricultural inputs to agriculturists, etc. So the second agricultural non-credit society is the cooperative processing society. We know that processing the agricultural produce into consumable form, this type of processing helps to increase the value of agricultural produce and also the storage capacity of the produce and makes retaining capacity more period. The society helps the producers get better price for their products. Processed goods get the members or agriculturists or farmers better value. So and also get the consumers pure and unadulterated goods. Government of India give a special emphasis for this type of industries which process agricultural raw material in the present industrial policy.